President Trump, it is a great pleasure for me as well to meet you. And it feels very warm seeing you again because it's been many years. Since your re-election, we have spoken on the phone 3 times, exchanged several letters, and stayed in close contact. And our joint guidance, China-US relations have remained stable on the whole. Given our different national conditions, we do not always see eye to eye with each other. And it is normal for the 2 leading economies of the world to have frictions now and then.
I thought it was an amazing meeting. He's a great leader of a very powerful, very strong country, China. That's another thing we agreed. I'll be going to China in April, and he'll be coming here sometime after that, whether it's in Florida, Palm Beach, or Washington, D.C.
Okay, first that was the leader of China, and then the president saying he's going to China in April, and that the leader of China will come to the U.S. Now, this deal with China to buy a total of 87 million tons of U.S. soybeans over the next 3 years, also farm products. China agreed to pause export controls on critical rare earth minerals needed for technology and defense. That's going to pause that for a year. This is have faith but validate. China has broken off deals. Trump can do the snapback tariffs, too. Joining us now, the host of My View with Lara Trump, the great Lara Trump. It's good to see you, Lara, coming over to us from Fox News. Wonderful to see you. But, you know, this is the big news. What do you make of this? The president said that China may start buying U.S. energy with potentially a big deal involving U.S. oil and gas out of Alaska. What's your thoughts about that? Because if that happens, that would reset geopolitics and could help with the war between Russia and Ukraine. What do you think?
Absolutely. Well, we've already seen sanctions, of course, put on Russian oil, and it has impacted parts of the world. I think that would be a great thing overall for the future of all of us, of humanity, because we know that Russia is in large part, Liz, financing this war because of their oil, because of the way they've been able to export it to Europe, to China, to India. And that would be a huge step. But I thought overall, I loved my father-in-law's comments when he said out of 10, it was 12. If you listened simply to what President Xi had to say yesterday in this meeting, it was such a glowing welcome to President Trump. It was such a glowing welcome to the United States of America. And, you know, this is our greatest geopolitical foe in China. And so the fact that they were able to sit down, have such an incredible meeting, come out of it with such positivity, I think is huge. And to get the, you know, if we could potentially see something happen energy-wise with China, you know, energy coming from the United States, that would be absolutely huge. We would love to see that.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Because it's interesting. U.S. Energy Secretary said the U.S. is ready to go to sell more oil and natural gas to China. There would be logistics, you know, getting it shipped over to China. I mean, I think the U.S. is I think it's only about 5% of China's LNG and about 2% of China's crude. But you're right, Lara. If he could do that, that would reset the trade balance. And plus, our U.S. oil and gas workers would get a bump up with more work.
Yeah, and we know that one of the big priorities President Trump had coming back into office was to make sure we were a net energy exporter, that we were energy dominant. This is a great step in that direction. And, you know, you couple what you saw in China with everything else to come out of this trip over to Asia. You saw, you know, this inking of a deal with Japan where we're hopeful to see $550 billion of investment into the United States from Japan. You saw trade agreements with Cambodia, with Malaysia. You saw, you know, the framework for trade agreements with Thailand and Vietnam. You saw so many positive things come out of this trip. I thought it was huge. And it really reminds people, you know, whether you're looking at this trip to Asia, look at the trip, you know, recently to the Middle East, America is back. Donald Trump has reset everything around the globe, and it's for the better. He's bringing peace around the world. He's making sure that we're mending ties with some of our you know, adversaries once upon a time, and hopefully this is going to be great going forward for all of us in the U.S. and around the world.
Thanks for being with us, Lara. It's good to see you again.